Throughout the past few weeks and even months, I've had many mixed feelings on Mario Maker 2. I still have mixed feelings, however I've decided I'm actually going to buy it. Oh wait, that was the script I wrote before it was confirmed that there's no online multiplayer with friends. This mess just keeps getting more confusing. Hello everyone, my name is Adam and welcome to TimeLag Gaming. So yeah, I was already going to talk about the same exact thing before we heard the news that you cannot play with friends online in Mario Maker 2. But now we have a bunch of new information, including some stuff that contradicts what we previously heard. And there's just a lot to dive into, so let's get started. And before you hit that dislike button, I'm not hating on the game. I still think Mario Maker 2 is going to be an amazing game. There are just many confusing things about it that just don't make sense, and there are features they could have added that would have made it even better. If you have been around my channel for a while, you will know that when the game was first announced, I wasn't excited at all. That's because I'm developing a game right now which involves building levels, so I don't want to spend my free time building levels in Mario Maker. Although I said if it had 2-player local multiplayer and fully integrated co-op level building, then I would actually be excited for it. Because then I could build levels with my friend on live streams and play them together. Without this feature, I personally wouldn't get my money's worth out of the game. Then the Mario Maker 2 Direct revealed same screen co-op level building. Same screen co-op level building. As far as we know, there's no split screen co-op level building, no online co-op level building, and no local wireless co-op level building. More on this later. Because of that, I was still not excited for the game. Then they revealed the 100 level story mode and online multiplayer. These two features made me decide that I'm going to buy it. With these features, I could see myself getting my money's worth without building levels myself. But of course, then it was just revealed that you can't play online with friends. This is extremely confusing, especially with the stupid reasoning they gave about it affecting leaderboards. So now, Mario Maker 2 will not be worth it to me, and I won't be buying it. Local multiplayer was also a big feature that I wanted. There have been many mixed signals about local multiplayer. The Direct never said there's actually local multiplayer. Even after the Direct, the website never specifically said it. However, something that I noticed and nobody else did is that on the UK website, after the Direct, it said that there was local co-op. Except then a few days later, Nintendo changed it to local wireless co-op. Then on the eShop listing, it made it look like there was local co-op because it said 1 to 4 players on just one system. And then there were some hints to it during the Direct, but again, nothing was confirmed. Do you see the mixed signals here? Now from the news we got the other day, it is now confirmed by Nintendo themselves that there is in fact 4-player local co-op multiplayer. This is really good news, and pretty much everyone overlooked this because they were focused on the online thing. It's really surprising that they added 4-player local multiplayer. I was predicting that they would add 2-player local co-op to go along with the 2-player co-op level building. Having it with 4 players basically makes the recent new Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe game worthless. If you haven't already bought it, then there's no point in buying it now, because instead you could get Mario Maker 2, which has 100 pre-made levels and will have endless custom levels. So if you're disappointed by the lack of playing with friends online, be glad that they actually added local co-op. And yes, there is of course local wireless multiplayer, which was made clear from the beginning. Although, there is no local wireless co-op level building, which is a huge letdown. And you cannot play local multiplayer or local wireless multiplayer online with other people. Again, a bunch of mixed messages. Some things only support local multiplayer. Some things only support local wireless multiplayer. Some things only support online multiplayer. And everything is just intertwined. I don't know, I'm probably being dramatic here, but it's so simple in other games. In Mario Kart, you can play online with randoms or your friends in all the modes. You can play locally with your friends in all the modes. You can even play split screen with a friend while playing with friends online or randoms in all the modes. It's so simple and clear. You can play everything online and everything locally wireless. Now let's go back to co-op level building. This was my most anticipated feature in Mario Maker 2. There were so many hints at it, and still all the images like the box art and other pictures push the co-op level building aspect. Except it stuck to single screen local co-op level building. No online, no local wireless, and no split screen. It's same screen. That's not going to be very intuitive or a very good experience. Having online or local wireless would have been awesome. That way, you can work on one part of the level while your friend builds the other part of the level. But instead, you're confined to the same small space. I'm sure it will be lots of fun. However, this turns the co-op level building into a toy instead of a tool. It could have been super useful, but now it just seems like something to mess around with. To me, this is just lazy thrown in co-op like in Mario Odyssey and Pokemon Let's Go. It's a type of shallow co-op for a parent and their kid, where one of them is doing all the work and the other doesn't even know what they're doing. Having this kind of shallow co-op level building is a huge letdown. And because it was not going to get fully integrated co-op level building, I was not going to buy it. But then they announced the online multiplayer. This, in combination with the 100 level story mode, these two things made the game feel like I could get my money's worth out of it. But now that you can't play online multiplayer with friends, that's a deal breaker for me. I was excited for the feature and wanted it so I could play Mario Maker levels with all of you on live streams. We could play your custom levels together. That would be so much fun. But nope, none of that. You can't even play with random people online with a friend locally. Again, this is extremely confusing and frustrating. Mostly because of the fact that these simple things could have made the game so much better and so much more fun. It's not that the game is bad or is going to be bad. It is that it could have been a better game. It's that potential that they completely missed out on. Keep in mind though, they could always add this feature in a future update, so not all hope is lost. Continuing on, there are a few more things that are a bit confusing with Mario Maker 2. There was no sign of amiibo support during the Direct, and we just found out that there is in fact no amiibo support. This is really confusing as to why they wouldn't add this feature. It's frustrating as an amiibo owner because they barely have any in-game functionality, and this could have been an awesome way to make our amiibos more useful. Again, this is more potential that the game is lacking. And now we have the whole stylus incident. It was announced that a stylus would be the pre-order bonus for Mario Maker, but this was announced just for Japan and Europe. It was not confirmed or denied that it was coming to the US or other regions. However, after the Direct, we can assume it's not coming to the US, because they would have announced that when they announced the online membership bundle. But they could still surprise us and announce the stylus pre-order bonus at E3. So it's not likely, but they haven't said it's not coming, so it's still possible. Now the last one isn't a big deal. I think it's good, but it could be confusing for some people who aren't aware of the online membership. As I predicted, Mario Maker 2 requires the online subscription to play other people's levels. That's not confusing to any of us, but to the average consumer, they might be confused when they buy it and see that they can't play other people's levels. It may also be confusing to the tons of people who played Mario Maker on the 3DS or Wii U and finally decided to get a Switch because of Mario Maker 2. They aren't used to having to pay for online functionality, so they may not know or may not understand why they have to pay extra. Again, I'm totally fine with that part. The online service needs more games that take advantage of online, even though this game could take way more advantage of the online. As you can see, there are so many confusing things about Mario Maker 2, and as you can tell, I have so many mixed feelings about the game. But as I said, these things are deal breakers for me personally. The game's still going to be amazing, and I'll probably pick it up used next year. Super Mario Maker 2 has tons of new features, items, enemies, a new theme, new areas, local co-op level building, online multiplayer with randoms, local multiplayer, and a story mode. These are all things the previous two games didn't have. Tons of stuff has been added to this new entry, and it's going to be an awesome game. So if you're still excited for it, then good. But if stuff like no online with friends and a lack of amiibo support is a deal breaker for you, I totally understand. It's also totally okay to be excited for it, but not happy about the online situation. The point of the video was to show all these confusing elements that just don't make sense, and to highlight how much more potential Mario Maker 2 could have. I'm sure for most of you, the lack of proper online multiplayer isn't a deal breaker, but be sure to let me know your thoughts on the game after all this new information we just got. Are you still going to buy Mario Maker 2? What do you think about not being able to play with friends online? Do you find all the different local and online modes confusing? Let me know your take in the comments down below. Thanks again for watching.